Hello ladies and gents, it's Jake here, and after ranking the movie suits, the Arkham City suits, the Arkham Origins suits, and the suits for the other Bat family members, you guys had to know this video was coming. Now in past rankings, I would leave out suits that were original to the Arkham series as they're going to be placed in their own video, and while that video will still be coming, I'm going to include every Bat suit in the game in this video. Something of note is that I won't go too far in depth for the movie suits because I already talked about them in depth in a previous ranking, link in the video description. Remember that this is also my opinion. If you love a costume that I put really low, or despise a costume that I put really high, definitely let me know. Let's just keep things civil. With all that said, let's get started. In dead last place, I've got the anime suit. There is just nothing that I like about this suit whatsoever. The color scheme is muted, the belt looks weird, the cowl is oddly shaped, and the added neck brace looks especially bad in my opinion. The design of the bat symbol is fine, but the fact that it's the same color as the base of the cape, as well as it being blended into the cape in the first place, really prevent it from standing out. This suit may have its fans, but I'm certainly not one of them. Next I have the Zura suit. This is another one that I really don't like that much at all. I do appreciate that it's at least comic accurate to the look of Zura Batman, but that's really all this suit has going for it. Other than that, the cowl shape is decent and I like the stitched together look of the cowl, but altogether, this is another suit that I'm really not a fan of. Then I have the first appearance suit. I have mostly the same opinions here as I do for its Arkham Origins counterpart. I like the cloth-based material as well as the belt, and although I don't particularly like the bat symbol, outward ears, and purple gloves, as well as the odd shape of the cape similar to the Arkham Origins version, I can appreciate that this costume is a tribute to Batman's first days in comic books, though this costume has definitely been surpassed many times over the years. Up next I've got the Adam West suit. Now I went over this in my movie suits list, and my opinion has pretty much stayed the same since that video. I like the color scheme, the drawn eyebrows are a nice touch, and the costume is inherently goofy, but that's the point. So the suit does accomplish what it's going for. Right after that is the Robert Pattinson suit. I like the cowl shape and the stitched together look of it, and the belt is pretty cool, but I really don't like the overabundance of green on the suit, so that really brings it down for me, as does the design pattern on the torso. It's an okay suit overall, but not one I'm eager to use very often. Then I have the Arkham Origins suit. On its own, I think the suit looks decent. I like that the yellow belt breaks up the black, but this suit being black in the first place is actually what brings it down for me, as the Arkham Origins suit is much more of a light gray, and the only part of this suit that's really gray is the gauntlets. Due to the dark armor, the bat symbol blends into the suit and doesn't really stand out. The suit looks alright overall, but it could have been so much better. Next is the Justice League 3000 suit. Now this might be controversial as I've seen this suit a lot higher on multiple lists, but bear with me. I actually like the suit material underneath all the armor. The cowl is unique and the red eyes are a nice touch, and I also appreciate the design being very accurate to the source material, but that's really all the praise I have for this suit. I really don't like the belt or the armor on the sides, and the bat symbol is definitely not my favorite. I know a lot of people like this suit, but I personally don't. Up next I've got the Dark Knight Returns suit. This is a suit that could have been a lot higher, but sadly ended up being rather low. I like the Carpenter utility belt and the cloth-based material of the suit, as well as the visible wear and tear. One thing that would have put this suit much higher is if the facial features were adjusted slightly to more closely resemble the Dark Knight Returns Batman, similar to how the suit was in Arkham City. I will give this suit credit because to the best of my knowledge, this suit is the only one in the game that changes the model of Batman to be closer to the source material. While the suit looks decent, the addition of the aforementioned facial features would have put it much higher on this list. Then I've got the Batman Incorporated suit. I really like the color scheme, the bat symbol is great and even has an added bevel, and the cowl is nicely shaped, but in sort of the opposite vein to the Dark Knight Returns suit, where that suit would have been better with an added addition, this suit would have been way higher if one aspect was subtracted, and that is Batman's protection over his family jewels. I don't like this aspect of the Arkham City version of the suit, and I don't like it here either. The rest of the suit was definitely good enough to get it to this point on the list, but that one crippling aspect definitely brought it down. Next is the Noel suit. I really like the black and gray color scheme, the cowl has a nice shape, the belt is good looking, and I actually really like the gauntlets on this suit. The main thing that puts this suit slightly lower for me is that the torso is way too busy and over-designed. The added bonus of the Christmas tone from Arkham Origins is also absent from this game, which is unfortunate for this particular suit. This suit definitely isn't my favorite, but it's better than a handful of others in this game. Up next is the Flashpoint suit. I really like the way this suit looks. It's got the glowing red eyes, the points on the shoulders, and the gun holsters are an awesome touch that really add to the vibe of the Flashpoint Batman. Sadly, however, this is another suit that gets points taken off due to the arms sticking out past the cape. If it had that one element fixed, it would have definitely been in the top 10. Just missing the top 10, I've got the Christian Bale Dark Knight suit. I really like the cowl and the wingspan on this costume, and the yellow belt breaks up the black very nicely. The torso is a little busy, but that's really my only issue. This isn't a suit I use all too often, but I do think it's a very good one. Heading into the top 10, I've got the New 52 suit. Now there's a lot that I really like about this costume. It's got a great black and gray color scheme, a nice yellow belt, a really nice cowl shape, and a unique looking bat symbol. I've only got 2 issues with this suit. The first of which is that the raised section on the gauntlets looks somewhat clunky and off-putting, and my second issue is all of the lines in the gray areas of the suit that honestly make Batman look somewhat like a toy. If these 2 aspects were fixed, this suit would have been a couple slots higher. Next up is the Earth 2 suit. I love the dark shade of gray that this suit has, and the cowl shape is also very good. The red bat symbol and belt do a good job of breaking up the gray, and the red eyes are an awesome touch. The one issue I have with this suit is that the bat symbol goes just outside of the V design on the torso. If the symbol would have stayed inside that darkened area, I would have liked this suit a lot more. Then I've got the Batman Beyond suit, and even though I prefer the traditional version of this costume like we got in Arkham City, I do think this is a cool redesign. It actually shares similarities with the Arkham Knight's armor in the game. They're both going for that militarized look with a lot of silver in the suit. I love the red bat symbol as well as the glowing red eyes and belt buckle. My one gripe with the suit is that I just don't like the mouth guard as it breaks up the silver of the suit in the wrong way. If not for that one issue, this would have been a top 5 suit. Up next is the 1970s suit. Now I absolutely love the blue and gray color scheme on this suit, and it's one of my favorite color schemes for Batman. The cloth-based material looks really comfortable, and the cowl has a good shape. The belt looks cool, and I love the bat symbol. What brings this suit down just a bit for me is that it feels less comic booky than its Arkham City counterpart, where that suit looks more like it's ripped from a comic page, complete with the white eyes. Another tiny nitpick I have is that the cowl seems too disconnected from the rest of the suit, and it's a little distracting. If this suit had some of those comic book touches, and the cowl was more connected, this is another suit that would have been in the top 5 for sure. Right below the top 5 is the suit that started it all for this franchise, the Arkham Asylum suit. This is a great suit that's translated very well from Batman Arkham Asylum, and all the good aspects are carried over, including the great cowl shape, wingspan, and cool looking belt. My only gripe is that the shades of black on the cape and cowl go a little too far in the direction of purple for my taste, although this could simply be due to my color blindness. Definitely let me know if I'm going crazy in the comments. Starting off the top 5, I've got the Heir to the Cowl suit, otherwise known as the Dick Grayson Batsuit, although this suit is incorrectly named in the heading as this is not the iconic gray and black suit. But onto the suit itself. It's got a great color scheme, the cowl has a great shape, I love the touch of having 2 arm blades on the gauntlets rather than 3, which is accurate to Grayson's Batman, as is the belt, which has a bit of a bird design. The padded look on the torso might be too much for some people, but it doesn't really bother me. Overall, I've always liked the way this suit looks, and I was glad to see it finally make an appearance in the Arkham games. At number 4, I have the Arkham Knight suit. Now I'll be honest, back when this game was first out, I didn't really like this suit, but I've slowly changed my tune over the years. The armor on the torso is really sleek and doesn't look too bulky, and the cowl has a good shape. The arm blades are really cool, and I love the wingspan. I'm also going to include the Gotham Savior suit here as well, as it's basically the same version of this suit, except the bat symbol is gold. This suit took me some time to warm up to, but after almost a decade, it's made its way to the top 5. Kicking off the top 3, I've got the Ben Affleck Batman v Superman suit. I love the worn look on the gray parts of the suit, the arm blades are really cool, the Dark Knight Returns inspired bat symbol works really well, as does the wingspan, which gets pretty close to that shape. Even though I typically like the ears on the cowl to be a little longer, I think the shorter ears really work on this costume. This costume is one of my favorites in this game, and I'm kinda sad that we won't be seeing it in movies anymore. For our runner-up, I've got the Michael Keaton suit. My favorite movie suit in this game also happens to be one of my favorite suits in the game as a whole. Although I typically don't like the mostly black color scheme for Batman in comics, I think it really works with this suit, as the black is very clean and broken up nicely by the yellow belt and bat symbol. I really like the cowl shape, the arm blades, and I especially love the wingspan. Now I'll admit, there is a bit of nostalgia factored in here, but hey, it's my list. This suit is very close to being my favorite in the game, and is only topped by one other. And in first place, I have the post-Arkham City suit. Now I feel like I wouldn't normally like a suit with these elements that much, as I much prefer the yellow oval than the bat symbol across the chest, and sometimes I prefer blue and gray to black and gray, but in spite of all that, I just love this costume. The suit is very well translated from Arkham City, but given some slight upgrades to show the passage of time between the two games. I love the shade of black on this suit, the cowl shape is great, and I really like the wingspan as well. Even the armor on the torso doesn't bother me as much as it does with other suits on this list. I really don't have any issues with the way this suit looks, and even though it's the very first suit you see in the game, it still comes in at number 1 on my list. Holy costumes, Batman, that was a long list. But now for the best part. What do you guys think? How would you rank all the Batsuits in Batman Arkham Knight? If you don't feel like doing all the suits, maybe just give me your top 5 or top 10. Also, just for fun, leave a comment telling me a suit that you wanted to see in this game, but didn't end up making an appearance. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with your friends, and smash that subscribe button if you want to see more. Peace out, Gothamites.